My name is Todd Schlekeway. I am 5 months on the job with the National Association of Tower Erectors, aka NATE, and this is an association that's been in the industry since 1995 and continues to show steady growth and from a membership standpoint, and obviously with as busy as the industry is right now, Rich, we're on the front lines of educating and providing resources to members from the carrier level to the tower owners down to the subcontractor level to ensure that safety continues to be paramount with the workloads everyone's doing. It's been a high priority of mine and working with our 9-member board of directors who live all over the country to really make inroads and be more aggressive in terms of our, number one, our communications with members and stakeholders throughout the industry. I've worked hard to revamp our website, our social media outlets, and starting this January, we're rolling out a overhaul of our Tower Times magazine. Another priority, Rich, has been to be more aggressive in terms of our participation and attendance at industry meetings, trade shows, events, and we're excited to become a sponsor of the AGL 2013 regional conferences. We appreciate what you guys do strategically organizing your events in different geographic locations, which is tailor-made for NATE since we have members in every state in the country, and so we're excited about that. We are working hard to continue to produce resources to educate the various layers that are involved in this industry from a tower construction and standpoint. And so we continue to work hard to establish relations with, like I said earlier, the tower owners, carriers, the quote-unquote turfing contractors, all the way down. And that continues to be a challenge, but with as busy as our industry is and moving forward the next 3 to 5 years, we need to continue to be relentless in spreading that message to ensure that the fatality count remains zero, nil and void, and that's what we want. We won't rest until there's 0 fatalities in the industry. We recently, several years ago, rolled out a program called the STAR Initiative program. That would be one. It's an internal program for NATE members who go above and beyond from a safety standpoint. It transcends safety because it requires more audits, site audits. We have had resources. We're just getting ready to unveil a resource called the Tower Climber Orientation. And we're excited about that because what I keep hearing from members, Rich, and other stakeholders in the industry, obviously everyone knows there's a workforce issue in this industry, but we have a lot of members who invest a lot of training in these workers and only to see them leave a month or 6 months down the road. So we have this comprehensive resource we're unveiling called the Tower Climber Orientation, and the goal is to use that as kind of number one, a way to educate potential prospective tower climbers, but also to help the employers, the owners of our member companies, weed out some of the ones who it may not be the right fit for, therefore saving training dollars down the road. We are looking to partner in the future with training companies around the country. We want to use our website and our organization as kind of an exchange for people to pick and choose which training courses they want to use. So we can be a clearinghouse for all the training companies, or at least the NATE member training companies, and to help them get their vehicle out. I've found that they adapt quickly to the changing needs of the industry from a training perspective, and therefore I would like us to be one more vehicle or outlet for all the industry training companies to use to get their programs out to members in the industry. I think it's going to require just a concerted effort on the part of the entire tower construction industry to have a unified message and to show them, here's what's being done wrong in terms of the LTE upgrades. There's a market within a market among our members to go back and repair the work that's being done wrong properly. We have a lot of LTE work that's being not done properly among some cases. So I think we need to continue to educate them on, here is the right way to do this, and to show them that work is not always being done the right way, and to offer solutions to them. And here's why you need to hire a qualified contractor, and this is what a qualified contractor looks like. And so it's going to require a lot of collaboration, because again, this industry continues to be sophisticated. There's multi-layers at the sites. I think there's communication barriers that need to be broken down. There's the work's becoming more sophisticated, and so there's a training component to it. But the million-dollar question is how can we, in a perfect world, Nate would like to ensure that every contractor hired has a impeccable safety record, and safety remains paramount. I think we need to always remind the carrier community that at times there's unrealistic deadlines being placed on the contractors and the subcontractors, and everyone is in this for the same reason, and that's to continue to upgrade our networks around the country. And but we also need to remind them that safety cannot and should not ever be compromised under any circumstances. We are very excited about our collaboration and some of the meetings we have recently had with OSHA. OSHA relations is an integral part of our association. Our members, we are in a very unique industry, and so therefore that requires a lot of education from our industry to the folks at OSHA. Now, the interesting thing about OSHA, of course, is you have the career employees who have started to become not more knowledgeable about our industry, but the folks at the top, our political appointees who change over more often, they're the ones who tend to have the power, the decision-making power in Washington, D.C. But we are excited. A month and a half ago, we had a tower site tour with 7 OSHA officials in Northwest D.C. visiting tower sites, and we were able to have our legislative and regulatory travel team made up of Nate members with us on this tour. They asked a lot of good questions, the OSHA officials did, and the part I was most excited about, Rich, was the OSHA officials were good sports, and they actually tried on our tower climber equipment, which those in the industry know can reach up to 60, 70 pounds once you get all this equipment on. And they could not believe what bogs down a tower climber. And I think it was a huge win for our industry because it was more tangible. It wasn't just sitting around a boardroom telling them what a tower climber goes through on a daily basis. They were trying this equipment on, and at the same time looking up at a 1,000-foot tower. And so I think when you connect those two dots, I think we're making inroads with OSHA, and we continue to try to build inroads from an education standpoint. But one of our short-term goals with them is we are trying to get them to modify the compliance directive regarding riding the line. The old compliance directive, or the current one, states that you can ride the hoist line up to the work site only if it's for new tower construction. Well, they never have changed it to reflect maintenance and repair of towers, which most of the work going on right now in the industry, as everyone is aware of, is modification and repair work. So it's literally a change of 4 words in this compliance directive, and we are working hard to get OSHA to upgrade this compliance directive. And they have shared with us that Now that the administration is going to be here another 4 years after the recent election, that I think we are close on that front, and it's going to require a few more in-person meetings and testimonials from our members and tower climbers to really, I think, drive the message home that it's safer to ride the hoist line up to the work location than to climb 500 feet, because there's so much repetitive stress that goes through and that process. So, but no, OSHA relations is one of our highest priorities, Rich, and we're very excited about where we're going there. We have a lot of our members are involved with the writing of an A1048 standard, which is going to be the first of its kind standard that governs the entire tower construction industry. Everything from PPE to RF safety to fall protection. It's going to be a comprehensive guide, gin pole rigging. So that, of course, takes a lot of years, but we're in the middle of that right now, and we're continuing to make progress on the A1048 standard as well. You know, what I learn every day when I go to work is how vital this industry is to the modern conveniences of our everyday life, and I think we all take it for granted. The ability to be able to call 911 in a emergency situation, the ability to make a phone call when you're driving down the road. I mean, all of that is a result from all of the stakeholders in this industry, and I think we sometimes take that for granted too often. And so I just appreciate our members and everyone involved in the industry for providing us the modern conveniences.